Hello and good evening, everyone. Happy Wednesday. We'll just take a minute here for everyone to tune in. Hope you're doing well on this first Wednesday in July. Yep. Have we got some eyeballs on here? Hello, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. So, I unfortunately am going to be starting this off with a little bit of bad news. Not so bad news, but a little bit of bad news in that I don't have a whole lot of brand new to show you again. It has been a little bit of a slow week with the Friday holiday here in Canada and the Monday holiday in the US. We've got a number of shipments that have just arrived or are in transit. So I'm going to keep it really quick on the new stuff. But on the good news side of things, we kicked off our Christmas in July sale. I've got a little sign here. We kicked off our Christmas in July on the 1st, which was last Friday. So I brought home a selection, just a small selection of some of the Christmas stuff that we do have on sale this week or this month. And Darlene and I found another pile of goodies that we added to the sale. And so that is something to look forward to. And if my timing goes well, I'm just trying to keep an eye on the time here. If my timing goes well, I may even do a little demonstration at the end. Darlene and I were picking some items to show, and we found something. I'm like, wouldn't that be cool if we did this with it? So let's hope we have time at the end of this, and I will show you that. So what I'm going to start off with is brand new. It is only available in the store, and I know we did an event and a video earlier in the week on this, but the Hero Shop Box is here in Stouffville, and part of it's here in Whitby as well. So if you missed that video, you can always find that on YouTube, but I thought, you know what, I've got your attention, so let me show you the new stuff from Hero Arts again. It is all very holiday related. We do have some goodies for our fall friends and our Halloween friends. And yes, Ellen, I am talking to you. But we also have some really fun festive and Christmas items as well. So these are new from the Hero Shop Box. They are only available in store, in person, until July 15th, at which point it will go live on our website, so that those of you who don't live close to the store can get in on the action. So let me start off with what I am calling the fall stamp sets. And we have this adorable birdie set. And it's got, it could go either way. It's got Season's Greetings. It's got Warm Wishes. It is called the Finch Greetings Bundle. It is a stamp and die bundle. And the reason why I'm calling it fall is this is the beautiful sample card that Hero provided us with. It does not feel wintry or Christmassy to me, even though these little berries could, be a little bit more Christmassy. I think if you amped up and deepened some of these colors, that they would definitely, you could move it into the holiday and winter season. But I saw this as very fall-like, and so that is how I categorize this. And then we have this one over here that is called the Pumpkin Bunch. Look at that. It is a nice, great big pumpkin that would fit on a layout, would fit on a card, would fit in a traveler's notebook. So all the things. It's probably about a 4x5 in size. So you can really get a lot of really good impact with this beautiful stamp set. So once again, stamp and die, but this one also comes with doesn't come with it. There is an additional layering stencil set in order to color it in. And so this is what the sample card looks like. And you can see how the layering stencil provides some nice deep shadows and some great texture and dimension. But what is really special about this is, so there are 4 layers to color in your pumpkins. There is a bonus 5th stencil that takes your pumpkins from fall to Halloween. So it's got cobwebs, it's got spiders, it's got bats, and it's got your jack-o'-lantern faces. So this makes this an even more versatile stencil set to go with this stamp set to really make it multi-purpose. You can do it for fall, you can do it for Halloween, however you want to spin that. So I think that is really smart in this design. Okay, next. Oh, Ellen just commented with a jack-o'-lantern emoji. So we know we've got Ellen on the hero train. All right, next I'm going to show you, we've got 2 new Looking Glass dies from Hero. And you guys know how much I love the Looking Glass dies. So this just fits really nicely in that whole series. We've got this cute little kitty cat playing with the Christmas balls. We have this classic traditional Christmas tree with gifts and a staircase. But what I really like about this is that you could absolutely mix and match these. So you could take the tree with the carpet and put it behind the presents or put it behind the tree. You could take this staircase and put it behind the kitty cat. You can take just the carpet piece and the kitty cat and maybe create some other dangling balls for the kitty cat to be playing with and take it out of the holiday season altogether. So 2 really great versatile options for that. And we do have a sample. Let me just find it here in my little pile. So again, here is a really simple, classic image here with that kitty cat, and they've brought in some gold sparkly paper to really, it's really easy to make these look very impactful. So that little bit of gold, that little bit of coloring on the gray die cut kitty cat really amps things up. Now, when I was going through the samples and looking at things, the little kitty cat kind of got stuck to another card. So I didn't think we had a Looking Glass sample. So you know what? I can't let it go without a sample. So I made my own. This is one with the Christmas tree. And again, I just cut them out of white and colored them in with my Copic markers, colored in the tree. This one I did skip the staircase because I wanted to put kind of that snowy white glitter background. It almost looks like you're looking out through the window, which is what I really liked about this. Now, the fun part is when you cut out that tree, you do actually get the negative space. So here I created a second card without doing any extra die cutting. This was out of white. I inked it with the new Distress color, Uncharted Mariner, and again, put it on that white sparkly background. And total impact. It just looks really awesome, really simple. So I wanted to make sure that I showed these to you. Okay, I'm going to grab a sip of water because I can feel my throat catching. And we'll show you a little bit more. So the rest of the Hero Arts release, I would say, is fairly traditional with little twists. So we have this very beautiful Christmas tree stamp set. It kind of has a bit of a folky look and feel to it with some of the foliage and some of the detail in this tree. This is called Wishing You Tree Bundle. Again, stamp and die. But what they did in the sample just takes it to the next level. What they did is they took this dark green cardstock and they used heat embossing powder in gold to create that tree. You don't need to color. You don't need to do anything too fussy. just a little bit of gold embossing powder, and it is absolutely stunning. We also have, just seeing what else we have here in my pile here. All right, so I'm going to show you two smaller stamp sets that, again, to me fall in a very traditional realm, but gives you lots of options for your crafting. We've got the candle and we've got drips on here, and they've done something really cool on the sample card. I'll show you that in a minute. Two really nice sentiments. And this is a gorgeous little poinsettia that you could random stamp. You could just do one and color it in, whether it's watercoloring. If you are a scrapbooker, I still feel like this is a really good size. It's about a 3x3 that you could use it as a page accent and put it in a couple of places on your layout. So this one is called Holiday Candle Arrangement. And this one is very, very tiny. It's poinsettia arrangement. These are stamps only. There are no dies for that. But I really don't feel like you need it. You could use this. So here's the sample for the candle. And it is stunning too. And again, just that really simple hit of the gold glitter paper in behind. You don't have to cover the whole panel. I think if you did the whole panel in gold, it would be crazy blingy and really take away from the candles. And then they also used that, their clear lacquer pen. It's like your glossy accents, that kind of thing, just to amp up the candle flames there. If it were me, I might even put it on the wax as well to give it a little bit of dimension. And then they actually stitched with a gold thread all the way along. To me, this looks machine stitched. So if you are someone who likes to get out your sewing machine and stitch on your projects, this is a really great way to just add a little bit of bling. Now, I don't have a sample for the poinsettia, but again, I think it would be fairly simple to fussy cut or do a little bit of masking, and you could create a really beautiful arrangement with all of these pieces. All right, now to go along with all of these, we need some really good sentiments. So Darlene made me a cheat sheet here as to what they all say. We have 2 sentiment die sets, and they come with both the detail word as well as the shadow to go around it. So this one has seasons, greetings, wishes, joyful, and warm. So you can mix and match seasons, wishes, seasons, greetings, joyful wishes, warm greetings. You can make that work in so many different ways. And this one here has holidays, sparkle, happy, and then to and from. So if you want to be making up some jumbo tags for your gifts, this would be the perfect way to add just those little call outs for that. And before I move on and show you the sample for this, I'm going to show you this fancy die as well. And it is literally called a fancy die. It is a beautiful snowflake corner. Again, fabulous size for cards, layouts, decorating a gift bag or a gift box. Lots of different ways you can use that snowflake. And here is how they imagined it on a card. So just a really subtle snowflake random stamp in the background. You've got your warm wishes and then your snowflakes. Again, this is out of like a white holographic glitter paper. Really simple. Your cards do not have to be complicated to have impact. So I think if you take that away from a lot of these cards, then you've got lots of inspiration this holiday season. And 2 last ones, we have this one here that is called Snowflake Messages. These are really great 2-part messages so that you can do a front message and an inside message. And I know for sentiments, that is kind of the holy grail. It's having those sentiments that work just as well on the inside as they do on the outside. So may the spirit of Christmas fill your heart with joy. Merry Christmas, a season of peace. Wishing you Merry Christmas, wishing you a season of peace. May the season bring you one merry moment after the other. So they can either stand alone or work in tandem to make a wonderful card. And then the last one I'm going to show you is what they call a Stampin' Cut XL, because it's got this big, beautiful die set with some wonderful foliage and lots Lots and lots of great sentiments. And again, two-parters. Merry Christmas and best wishes for the new year. Wishing you a very Merry Christmas, season's greetings. Again, mix and match. And some of these, well, one in particular, may the coming year be filled with happiness. You could use that on a birthday card as well. You don't necessarily have to use these just for the holiday season. I've already got one of these in my stash because I have a really clear vision of a cool project that I'm going to do with this. And once I complete that, I will definitely post that and show it. So that is what we have from the Hero Arts release. Before I go into our Christmas in July, thank you all for joining me again tonight. If you have any questions about those Hero Arts things, please email us, please call us, please drop a comment in here. We've already had a few visitors in picking up this Hero Arts set or select items from it, and I don't think they're going to last very long. Now, we absolutely can and will reorder so that once you're available to order online, we will still have lots of stock. But it's a great way to get a jump on your holiday card making.
What's the date that they can go online?
They can go online on July 15th. So that is, where did my calendar go? Oh, not this Friday, but next Friday. Okay, couple of announcements. Excuse me. Don't forget, this Friday's not a holiday, so we are back with Flash Sale Fridays. We've got maybe not quite 10 deals this time, but the deals we do have are pretty deep. So you're not going to want to miss that Flash Sale Friday. I will be going live on Facebook at 10 a.m. And, oh, that's over here. And you don't want to miss it. That's all I'm going to say. I can't tell you any more than that. Will be a little bit of something for everything, or for everybody. Now, because we had such a big store-wide sale on the weekend, you may see some of the items from Flash Sale Friday this coming week come out of our outlet with even deeper discounts than they were before. So that's my hint for Flash Sale Friday. Another great announcement, we are instituting some summer hours. We know that sometimes, especially now that everybody's getting back to work, that it's sometimes hard to get to our store by 4 o'clock. So for the summer only, we are opening until 6 p.m. on Thursdays and Fridays. That way, if you need some extra adhesive, if you need a project kit, if you need something that you're going to take away with you to the cottage or the trailer, or maybe it's going to be a rainy weekend and you need some goodies to play with inside on the weekend, come and see us in the store Thursday and Fridays, 10 to 6, throughout July and August. And my last segue, we talked about Christmas in July. Great discounts on last year's Christmas products, stamps, dies, embellishments, paper, you name it. I saw Margaret Cosgrave on here. She was in taking a peek at it this morning, so she can tell you we've got a nice selection of stuff. And on that note, let me show you some of the things we have. Okay, so I'm going to start off with some stamps and dies. So we have a selection of stamps and dies from Dare to Be Artsy from last year's holiday release. This one is called Deck the Halls. I just have the stamps here at home, but there are stamp and die bundles as well for those of you who like to have a great coordinating die. I love their fonts. They've got some really different fonts, and they've got some different ways to get those messages across. Missing you this holiday season. Again, a two-parter. Deck the halls with bowls of frosting. A little bit different. Lots of great little snowflakes. And here is just a really simple sample of how they have used this particular stamp set on a card. Again, good size, probably about a 2x2. This one's maybe a little bit taller, obviously not quite as wide. You could do a whole row of them across a layout as well. So don't think that stamps and dies are just for card making. We have lots for scrapbooking as well. Excuse me, this one is called Joy to the World. Ellen's closing her eyes. Oh dear. Sorry, Ellen. This is all Christmas in July. So just hang on, because even though Our demo is going to be Christmas related. I think you might get some ideas out of it. So this one, the magic of Christmas never ends and its greatest gifts are family and friends. What a lovely saying. And then we've got Rockin' Holiday with the cute little rocking horse. And again, something like this, if you don't want it to be Christmas, maybe you've got a baby card to make. It's all on how you color it. It's all on how you add your color and your impact to this that can totally change how you use that stamp set. We have Naughty or Nice that's got some cute little mischievous elves popping across. Have an elfin good day. Embrace your inner elf. Naughty or Nice, that's a tough one. Have your elf a merry little Christmas. And then last but not least from Dare to Be Artsy, we've got some fun little penguins. Have a cool Yule. This one's even got some birthday messages in here as well, doing my happy dance for you. So this doesn't even necessarily have to be Christmas. It's called Penguin Plunge. Take a look at that little penguin. And you know, if you put him on a wobbler as well, he would just be dancing across those snowbanks. So those are some stamps as well as stamps and dies from Dare to Be Artsy. Matt, can you please put in the comments and remind everybody what some of these deals are? Okay, maybe he says he doesn't remember.
Oh, wait, I found my notes.
Oh, he's found his notes. That's good. Because you know what? It doesn't really matter what the numbers are. They're great deals. Really great deals. We have this set here from Pink Fresh Studios. It's got this really classy, adorable critter Christmas tree, I'm going to call it. And again, some wonderful sentiments. You could do that very same treatment as you did with the Hero Arts card, where you could just emboss this on a dark background. It would be really impactful. And there is a coordinating die as part of this bundle. Yeah. Let's continue with stamps, and then I'll go into some of these other goodies over here. Okay, we have all kinds of Christmas goodies from Woodware. And I do have them sorted here. So we got a little Frosty Christmas elf. This is Snow Gnome. Great for coloring, another fantastic size. Easily, let me count here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Definitely, would fill a card, probably better suited for a slimline card, nice and big. And he's got two little penguin pals here, one with the top hat, one with the little toque. And again, other than, maybe you could mask out or cover up that candy cane, and definitely use him for other occasions as well. So we've got Top Hat Robin, and we've got Tweetmas Robin. So he's a robin. He's not a penguin. But if you color him in black and white, he could absolutely be a penguin. We have, I call them squiggles. I think they are called fuzzies. So we got a whole selection of these fuzzy stamps that are made up not of straight lines, but these little zigzaggy fuzzy lines just to give it a totally different texture. So we have Mini Snowman, and this is, I'm assuming, Mini Santa. These are, again, I would say they're about 3 by 3, maybe a little bit bigger. And then we go into some bigger ones. So this is Mr. Tomty. Looks like a Christmas gnome to me. We've got the snowman, literally called Snowman. Good old fuzzy Santa. Here's a penguin. And then we've got a polar bear and a Christmas tree. Now, the fun thing about this Christmas tree is it actually segues into my next section. Which is bubbles. So these have these little circles here that you can either fill in with colored bubbles, fill in with tiny little stamp sets, but then we have some other stamps that are just made up of these bubbles. So this one had that little fuzzy squiggly line. These ones are just clean and classic. Cheryl is saying, could you color the candy cane black and then it's a fancy dress-up cane? Absolutely. Add a little touch of gold to that as well. He's got a little gold-topped walking stick. This one is called Bubble Bauble and Holly with the star. And this is Bubble Spruce. And what I'm showing you tonight is just a selection of what we have. Make sure you go right to our Christmas in July category on our website and you can see everything that we've got. And that's the thing I was looking for. Okay, embellishments. We've got all kinds of die cuts and frames. Here are some from the Let It Snow line from Doodlebug. We've got the Chit Chat and the Bits and Pieces. So this has got lots of tags. This has lots of sayings. I love the sayings ones because you could get a whole bunch of cards and tags out of some of these. And you know what? Who does not love a little bit of Doodlebug? And we have washi tape. Washi tape, and more holiday washi tape. So red snowflakes, Santa, a wonderful red buffalo plaid, and this beautiful Christmas floral. Personally, I absolutely love washi tape for sealing my envelopes, especially for holiday cards. It just adds that little bit of color, that little bit of festivity to the outside of your card. And if you're worried about the washi tape sticking to the envelope, I usually actually seal my envelope before I put the washi tape on, but you can also just lay down a strip of your sukwang or your double-sided tape and then put the washi tape over top just to make sure it's going to stick, especially if it is traveling some distance. All right, I'm going to move into, we've got a whole selection of 6x6 pads. I will tell you the 6x6 pads were extremely popular since we launched the sale on Friday, but we do still have a few different patterns left. And we still do have paper. So I'm going to show you a couple of elements from the Oh What Fun line by Pink Fresh Studios. This is a couple of years old. We used it in an event last Christmas or last winter. We do have single sheets. We do have all kinds of die cuts and everything else, but I just wanted to bring you just a sampling to show you just how fun this line is. Very kind of city sidewalks, very urban kind of look, but really non-traditional color palette to change things up. And then this is a whole tag set that you could use, again, as tags on your cards or on your layouts. I believe this one is, these two are even pockets, I believe, or maybe they just look like pockets. This one I'm pretty sure is an actual pocket, so you can tuck the other tags inside of that. Yes, we do have the single paper for that Oh What Fun. Whole selection, just check it out online. I'm going to bounce back. We've got lots of dies, including a couple of Tim Holtz ones. This is a beautiful pine cone and foliage. It is called Holiday Brushstroke number 2. And I, of course, forgot the blingy candy cane. Look at all the different, you've got half pearls, you've got sequins, you've got snowflakes, you've got some little, I believe they call these doodads, maybe not. Thingamabobs. You know, Matt, of course, has lots of names for it, and some glittery buttons, all in this adorable little candy cane tray. These would make awesome stocking stuffers. And then we have paper. We have paper. And we have more paper. So lots of great paper lines from last year. The nice thing about collection packs is that everything coordinates. And when it comes to companies like Cartabella and Echo Park, who are sister companies, you could buy these too. And the color palettes are so similar that you could easily mix and match and really extend your use of these paper packs. So go and check out our Christmas in July goodies. How are we for time? It is 7:30. So who wants me to do a demo? Who wants me to show you how to do something? I'm going to grab a sip of water while you guys send some love up here and make sure you want me to do this demo here. I've got some check marks. I've got lots of hearts. I got thumbs up. All right, guys, you got it. So this is part of our Christmas in July sale. It is a holly. It's called Holiday Circle Frame. Sorry, Happy Holiday Circle Frame. It is a layered stencil from Pink Fresh. It has 3 different layers. And I'm going to just very quickly, I'm going to show you just how quick and easy it is to use a layered stencil. And this is the one that Darlene and I actually had a really fun idea about how you could use it even if you are not generally a card maker. We got a fun idea for this. So I'm going to quickly grab, I've got my inks and my brushes over here. I just want to quickly put this paper away because I need to get my die cutting machine as well. So 3 colors. This has 3 layers. We're going to do some light green and some dark green and some red. All right, Matt's taking that all away for me. I have my big shot over here and a circle die, which I'll show you in just a minute. So, my paper. So all I've done is I have cut a piece of paper to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, which is a standard card front size. And I don't know if you're going to be able to see it here. If I hold it just so, you can see that there are little corner notches on every stencil. And that's to help you line up your stencil with your paper. Now I'm going to use, my fingers aren't working here. I'm going to use my Wendy Vecchi magnetic mat. I like being able to just use the magnets to hold down my stencil, but I do need a little bit of tape just to hold down my paper. So I'm just getting some of my low tack tape, and always finding the end is the hardest bit. I'm going to just put a little piece at the top, just making a little loop, little piece at the top, little piece at the bottom. And I like to try and line it up with some of my grid lines just to make sure it stays straight. All right. And if I look at this stencil set, there are 3 layers. This one is the berries, and I believe it says stencil number 2, but I'm actually going to leave that one till the end. I am going to do my holly leaves first, then the detail that goes on top of it. So lining up my little notches, line them up, and then use my magnets to hold them in place. I actually, because I've lost one of my magnets, I've only got the 3, I tend to put the other magnet over on the left because I'm right-handed, so that way I don't knock the magnet when I am inking. Now I do just have my small stencil brushes here, but that's all good. I think I'm going to use Emerald City as my dark, and let's see how close these are. I'm just doing a little test swatch over here. You know what? That's pretty good contrast. So I'm going to do Meadow for my light green, Emerald City for my dark green, and then I have Candy Apple for my red. So quick, super quick and easy. I'm going to, I've got my little ink stand. This is so I don't lose my lids. And just ink that up, and just in very simple light circles, I'm just going to cover in all the spots. I don't have to worry about mixing up colors. They've done all the thinking for me, so I know this is where I want my lightest one. And you know what? If you ever pick up a stencil set and you're not sure what it looks like, pick some really distinct colors and try it out, because you will never know until you actually try it exactly how they work, how they layer up. And so if you do like I was doing last night, where you have an orange and a red and a blue, That way you can really see. It may not be your finished piece of artwork, but you really get to learn what your stencil can do. And I'm just kind of doing it lighter in some areas, darker in others, to give it a little bit of depth. And now that I'm done, I'm just going to take my microfiber cloth and wipe away the excess. With your stencil right in place, even if you do get some ink on your paper, it's right where you've already inked. Now, when I'm all done, I will clean this off properly with some rubbing alcohol or some water. Either one will work, but that's a quick and easy fix. And already, look how gorgeous that's looking. All right, stencil number 2. This one is detail. I have very deliberately done light first and then dark so that I can use the same brush. I can just kind of scribble it off until it runs clear. And again, make sure you're right side up. If you can read the word stencil, and you probably can't here on the camera, but in real life you can, then you know you've got it the right way up. Line up my corners. Get everything just so. Now, maybe you don't have 2 shades of green. All you have to do is do your first layer, your light layer, very faint, and then do your darker layer with a little bit more intensity. But I have light and dark here, so I'm not too worried. All right. Is that going to be dark enough? Well, we're just adding some accents here. So I can just go in and really just build up that color and add some depth to those leaves. See, really fast and easy. It does not take you any time at all to build in or to use a layered stencil. Really fast and easy. And that's all there is to that dark green. I'm gonna wipe it off. And again, I'll give it a proper cleaning once we're done. All right, let's see the magic. Ooh, let me bring it closer. Just look at how there's all that fun detail with that darker green built in there. And you know what? If you wanted to make, I know these look like holly leaves, but they do also just look like foliage. So if you don't want this to be Christmas, you could do it in browns and oranges to be a fall card, or some brighter greens to be a different season. But I am doing this to show you Christmas. So I'm going to come in with my last layer, which is my berries. Line it all up. 2, 3, switch my brush, get my red ink, and let's fill these berries in. There we go. Really quick, really simple. And even if you're not a card maker, this is something you could very easily do. Because maybe, at holiday times, we tend to kind of get outside our comfort zone and want to make some cards for our loved ones. All right, so that's filled in fast and easy. Darlene is saying this is a great great stencil to mass produce. Very easy. And what I would do is I would maybe even position 4 panels here on my magnetic sheet and do like layer 1 on all 4, then do layer 2 on all 4. And that way you're not flipping back and forth super often. All right. And don't worry, once I run this under the tap, that red will absolutely clean up. And sometimes red does stain, but as long as you know you're diligent about cleaning it, you don't have to worry about that staining. It's not going to affect your stencil. So now we're done. We're done the stenciling part, and look how amazing that looks. But here's the twist. Here's where we had an idea. I am going to, so if you looked at the back of the packaging, if you had the stamp set or the die set, you do have some words with it, but we only have the stencil left. You could absolutely put in sentiments from your own stamp sets, but here's what we thought. I am going to cut out this hole. And I will show you why. I'm going to cut out the center where that opening is. I've just got a circle die, and that should fit pretty darn good. So I'm just going to use this circle die here to cut out the center. Maybe a piece of tape just to hold it in place. Whoop. I'm cranking away off camera here so I don't have an earthquake underneath. I'm going to pop out this center. And you know what? I did shave off just a little tiny bit of that one side. Nobody's going to know. And then this is where you're going to take a photo of a family member, maybe your pet. If you wanted to make a photo Christmas card, here's what you can do. And yes, I've got my fantasy sweetie here. But wouldn't that make an awesome Christmas card? And you could then put your own little sentiment down here, maybe use some of the foiled sentiments. Matt didn't know that I was doing this, so you should absolutely hear him laughing off camera. But what a great and easy idea for making a photo card that's maybe a little bit more personal, a little bit more handmade than those ones that you get from the Superstore or those photo places. And you know, you gotta have a little Captain America in your life. So that is the Happy Holidays circle frame stencil set. We have a handful of them left in the store. So get them as part of our Christmas in July sale. Get some of those stamps and those dies and those papers. And on a rainy weekend, on a rainy evening, maybe you just want to, you've watched everything that you have to watch on Netflix. Do some crafting and get ready for the holiday season. So that's it for me tonight. I will see you on Friday for Flash Sale Friday. And don't forget, we are open until 6 on Thursday and Friday this week for the rest of the summer. Have a wonderful evening, everyone. Good night.